I mean, one of the biggest things this summer for the Habs and for you as well, since you were there, was the draft, right? Having it be in Montreal, the first overall pick, all the hype surrounding it, and you happened to be there, and you ran into one of our co-hosts, Marco. Shout out Marco. Shout out Chris Weidman as well. What a beauty.
Yeah.
But what was that experience for you? Like, you sat at the table with all the direction, and you even went on stage when the pick was announced. That must have been pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a cool day. I ran into all the management and Jeff Molson at dinner the night before. Actually, they were sitting at a different table, and I just popped over, and Gortz asked me if I wanted to go up on stage, and I didn't really know if he was being serious or not.
Wow.
And I didn't even know I literally walked down to the stage about 10 minutes before we picked, and I was like, do you guys want me on stage or not? And they were kind of locked into just being prepared for the pick, but they said, yeah, just come up with us, and it's great to experience that and kind of live the draft through. I've lived it through 3 different angles as a guy getting picked with my brother, and now being on the stage for a pick, so it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Slaf was going to get picked over Shane Wright, or was it a complete surprise to you as they announced it?
Yeah, I had no idea walking up there. I was trying to take a peek at the paper to see what our rankings were looking like, but I didn't want to look too hard to get caught, so we'll see.
Wow.
It was pretty cool though.
And I mean, the other big thing that night was the trade, right? Well, the 2 trades essentially, right? Romy to the Islanders, and then you bring in Kirby Dach. Were you aware that was going to happen, or were you shocked?
No, yeah, no one told me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the players don't really get to know that kind of stuff, but I was up in the box with the Molson family and Wides, and my dad was there. And obviously when Bettman went up and said we have 2 trades and they both involved the Canadiens, the crowd went nuts. I think you guys were there, so
yeah,
we were.
Yeah. So it was a great reaction. First off, hearing Romy that was getting traded was tough to hear, and me and Wides were like pretty shocked about that one. But obviously, getting a guy like Kirby, pretty exciting. My brother has played with him a few times, so we know them a little bit. So I think he's really excited to get up to Montreal, and hopefully he can turn into a great player. And so I think we're going to help him as much as possible.
Yeah.
That'll Leafs Habs, so it's always fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the rivalry is definitely still active. Were you, speaking of the Leafs, just out there while we're talking about it, were you surprised by their run this playoff again? Were you expect them to finally break the first round curse and head to the second round this year? Yeah.
It's the first time I was cheering for Tampa, so
I think that was all of us.
Yeah.
It was weird cheering for the team that beat you last year, but turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I remember you saying last year when you came on the show that as soon as the Lightning won the Stanley Cup, that you went back onto that bench and you watched Tampa Bay celebrate with the Stanley Cup, thinking that, I want to be back in this mindset and think of this every time I need to win. So I wanted to ask you, how is it getting back to that mentality of we want to get back to the Stanley Cup, but you're also in a rebuild mode? How is that for you guys to handle, to have set expectations, but knowing that it's going to take a little bit longer in progress?
I think as players, it's our job to make sure the rebuild's not 5 years. I think we have a ton of great young pieces, a ton of good leaders to learn from, and that want to be a part of it. And I feel like we can be pretty competitive next year, even with the style that we play. I think we can surprise a lot of teams, and maybe the year after we can add a few pieces and try to make a playoff. So that's kind of my vision. I don't know what management has in store for us, but I think as players, it's our job to go out there and win games, and not really worry about where we finish and trying to get a high pick. That's not what we're worried about. We just want to go and win.